So the morning of the biopsy, I took my husband, and my doctor looked at me, and she asked, why did you have a mammogram? And I explained to her I had some pain, and I wanted to check it out. And so she said, all right, well, let's do this. And she was, telling me the odds were, highly unlikely that I would be diagnosed. And she, went ahead and started the biopsy, and she said, this is solid, and that does increase, the chances that it's malignant. And then she got really quiet. So I said, well, it's small, and I'll just need radiation. And she said, you do qualify for a lumpectomy, should it be malignant, and radiation would be a part of that. And I said, okay, because I won't lose my hair then, right? And she said, right, you won't lose your hair. And so my husband and I left, and we both felt that, it was probably malignant. And 2 hours later, she called. I'll never forget the words. She said, I apologize, but there is a small malignancy in your breast, and you need to go for genetic testing. So my goal is, when my daughter is 18, that if she finds out that she has the gene, they can eradicate it so that she isn't faced with a decision of having to have a double mastectomy, before she is ready to have a family. I started a foundation with these 2 other women. It's called Together Strong. And our #1 objective is to raise funds to have researchers find a way to eradicate the gene. If there's a family history of breast cancer, you can't use the 40 and up rule. You want to get me taking it off?
If you don't mind.
No, that's okay. Do you want me to talk while I'm taking it off? No? Okay. It's cold.
It's cold?
It's very cold. Yep, and I hope I have a little bit of stubble.
You do?
Yeah, I cheer for that every day. I do. I feel, and I ask my kids, is my hair growing back? And they say, it is, it is. Yeah, I wore this to my, I changed into this right before the concert. We headed into Blossom, and I had on my little hat, and we saw this cowgirl hat, and Emily bought it for me. And so we had to take off my wig hat. There was no way I could wear them together. So we took it off and put this on, and this was the most I had been outside, out in public. Normally I wear my full wig, and no one has any idea. But this is how I entered the concert, and no one really even noticed. And we knew, if Tim saw my head bald, he might, wave to us or even come touch our hand. But there was no way, with all the people there, that we were going to get close to the stage. My cousin Emily, she said, are you ready? I said, okay, and she slowly started pulling it off like this. She's so sweet, and she just did this, and I started crying, and she said, if you aren't ready, we don't have to do it. And I said, no, I'm ready. But I was bawling. I just had tears streaming down my face, and everyone around us, it was like they were angels. So I went up to the stage, and right away, Tim McGraw looked over, and he winked at me, and he smiled. I couldn't believe it. And then the next thing I know, Tim McGraw is sitting there, just singing next to me on the stage, and I had my hands on his leg, and and I was just so happy.
So it will grow back?
It will grow back. Mm-hmm.
And it'll just take a while?
It will take a long time, I think. But I think we've all seen Robin Roberts, and I think she looks so cute with her short haircut. Yeah, and I think about that too, and I think I will never again have a bad hair day.
Right?
No way. Nope.